Hey Swirly Savages, just going to share the Kaisercraft Heart shelf with you. So I'm going to use some clay and some of the Prima molds just to add a little interest to the shelf so it's not all flat. So here I'm just doing a couple of leaves, and that's the rose border there. And I'm not using the Prima clay, it's a different clay that I showed you there. It's paper clay, a little more wet and works a little bit better. And as you can see, you pull these out before the clay has dried, and it works a lot better. So I just kind of peel it out as I'm folding the mold back. I'm going to do a couple more flowers and leaves. Not sure what the plan is yet, but we're going to add those on, let those dry a little bit. Before they're too dry, we're going to go ahead and add those to the shelf though. That way you can mold it. So to prepare the shelf, we're going to go ahead and paint it with 2 coats of the black gesso. And I did do the front and the back just so it looks good from all angles. Now I'm going to mix some of the Finnabair. This is the clear crackle texture, and I'm mixing in some mica powder, and that's the copper that I'm mixing in with that. The good thing is with the clear you can mix other things in with it, make it the color you would like. So just make sure it's mixed up well. And then I'm going to use the Art Alchemy paint and Antique Rose and a fan brush. Just kind of dry brush that across the painted heart, and then use a stencil to add the crackle paste that we have altered with the mica powders. Okay, so we've got a damask finish there. Do it on the shelf also. 3D gloss gel. We're going to go ahead and add the molds now. So you're just kind of butter in the back with the 3D gloss gel and add that to the heart. And while it's still wet, the clay is moldable, so you can kind of bend it around a little bit to kind of shape the heart. I'm adding the other flowers and the leaves. Now what you might want to do is go ahead and paint these before you put them down. I did not, because I had something else in mind here and it did not work. So I did have to go ahead and paint those after they were attached. And I did use the Antique Rose Art Alchemy paint as well as some Prima watercolors to go ahead and get those colored. Like I said, you might want to do that before you attach them. Now I'm using the 3D gloss gel again, and that's just so I can paint around the edge and attach some of that rhinestone trim. I did cut it at the top middle and then start a new strip. Now I'm using some of the Finnabair wax, and that's just to add a little detail to the clay pieces. It kind of helps the detail stand out a little bit more. And using some of the artesian powders, and that's again going to help with the detail. I did go ahead and brush that into the crackle paste because at this point it's dry, and the black powder will help to accentuate the cracks. So I did brush it across the antique pink paint as well and kind of toned it down a bit. So go ahead and start the flower arrangement. I started with the 49 Market Vine and then added some Kaiser blooms as well as some other blooms that were included in the kit. And just hot melt all of that down once you have your flower arrangement like you would like it. Okay, about done here and ready to show you the finished product. Alright, there we go. Hopefully you can see the detail there. See the cracks in that paste. And that worked out really well to go ahead and color that with some of the mica powders. So that's something I'm going to try again. Hope you enjoyed the video. and I'd love to see your creations. Take care.